This week, we move into the topic of thinking, also formally known as cognition. So when we think about how to define thinking or cognition, those are interchangeable terms that mean pretty much the same thing. What we're talking about here is our ability to mentally represent information and to also manipulate that information. Now, we can do this through a number of different means. We form mental images every day. You can remember the layout of your apartment or your dorm. You can picture your bicycle or your car. We remember faces of people that we know in our environment. We use mental imagery on a day-to-day basis to navigate our environments. Humans also generate concepts, or they form categories to make sense of everything going on in the world. So we're constantly categorizing and grouping people, places, objects, and situations in our environment so as to make sense of what's going on around us and to organize all of the information that we're exposed to. We also use our words to communicate. In this chapter, we'll learn a little bit about language. Okay, our words are another way by which we represent and manipulate information. So this entire chapter this week is focusing on thinking, and we're going to look at a couple specific kinds of thinking. We'll look at problem solving. Okay, how do we solve problems? We'll look also at judgment and decision making. How do we make decisions and form judgments when there's a variety of options and alternatives available? And we'll also look at intelligence and creativity. So we'll talk a little bit about how we define intelligence, what are some of the theories of how intelligence is structured, and how do we measure it? Okay, what are IQ tests? Is there validity behind these tests? How do they work? We'll look at some of those basics, as well as looking at creativity. How do people solve and generate novel solutions to new problems? What do we know about that, and what has the science taught us so far? So we're looking at a host of different topics this week, all related to how humans think. How do they mentally represent and manipulate the information that they are bombarded with on a daily basis? So go ahead and continue with the reading below, and you should get a good introduction and overview into the field of cognition.